What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 104 of Knee Brace Radio. See, Nick, I did it right. I didn't say 104. I said 104. Very
Hey,
smooth.
all right, hold on. Now go back. Now let's try 104 versus 104. See which one feels better.
Okay.
What feels more natural?
All right. 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 104 of Knee Brace Radio. They feel about the same.
About the same?
About the same.
Okay,
I mean,
personal
we're
preference.
what was that pitcher? Pat. His last name started with an L. He was like a switch. He was an ambidextrous pitcher for the A's.
Oh, that was Pat Venditti.
Venditti. Okay, thank you. Good call. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be the 104 or 104 of Knee Brace Radio.
Wow,
So,
hero.
Yeah. I mean, some people go to work at the hospital. Some people are firemen and police. Then there's me. It's July 14th, the year 2021. Another edition of Let's Get Weird Wednesday. And Nick, we're gonna put it out there for the guest. Again, I said the guest, the listeners. We do this for free. This is for the love of the game.
Absolutely.
So,
before we get into this, happy birthday, Mom.
Oh, happy birthday.
It's on Friday, but I mean, who knows when this will come out? Yeah. Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're going to be back to the one episode a week schedule for a little while until things settle down in our personal lives. But you know what? We're still out here. We're still grinding these streets, finding the stuff to talk about on Twitter. We're sending our videos to another country to be edited. Shout out our super producer, or super editor, I guess we could say. And then, we're putting out content for you. So it's once a week now, but if anything, you could just send us double the love, double retweets, double likes, do everything.
I mean, if nothing else, like the production value here has gone up with Joao. Like I said, Joao's time here is going to be very brief.
Yes.
And it's not because he's going to get fired. It's because he's going to get hired somewhere else.
It's a lot like when I'm sure there's like movies and stuff. I think The Star is Born. I've never seen the movie, but I'm going to assume this is how the plot goes. There's like these kind of washed up people that aren't very good. And then that girl comes in. She's a great singer, and that's Lady Gaga. Joao is Lady Gaga. Like he's going to get seen.
Joao is our Lady Gaga.
He's I feel like there's like a lot of like very old baseball movies about this. It's like the minor league team that stinks, but then there's the pitcher who comes in to save the day.
Joao is Rick Vaughn.
Yeah, there we go. Or Willie Mays Hayes, depending on how I've never
electric.
I mean, one of the best names in baseball. Also, one of the best openings, I guess opening character scenes where he falls asleep in the parking lot and they shoot the gun and they're running the 60-yard dash, and all of a sudden here he comes in his pajamas, a late start, and still won.
Yep.
Willie Mays Hayes, all-time character. But back to one episode per week, and part of that is because Nick broke Twitter. So apologize, Nick. Apologize to me.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So like, I don't see my phone for, I don't know, at least 6-10 hours a day. And I come back to my phone and Kyle's just putting out fires on Twitter. Yeah. I mean, I told him yesterday. I told him yesterday. I mean, when did I tweet that? 2 days ago?
It's been over 48 hours and we're still getting interaction and people making fun of us.
I mean, I granted it was a bad joke. I made a joke, like, okay, quote unquote, accusing Barstool of stealing our content. All I said was weird. Wish you'd credit.
Yeah, the satire is that they're going to Knee Brace Radio to look and then posting. Obviously, we know that's not going on. That's the joke. We have 200 followers. We understand it's a joke. Guess what, Nick? The internet, they don't understand.
Ruthless.
And they don't forgive either.
Look, one specific guy is the one guy I'm talking to. You know, the fuck off. They didn't see this. Yeah, cool. I know. It doesn't bother me. All right. But one guy, you know who you are, who says, yeah, no one gives a fuck about Knee Brace Radio. Look, I know no one gives a fuck about Knee Brace Radio, but that hurt. Okay.
Yeah.
That was stung a little bit.
That one hurt a lot. There's there's a lot of pain and facts. That was one of them. That it was. And the worst part about it was like, as things were slowly starting to die down, he tweeted it. Cause if it was like in the middle, nobody would have really noticed. It was when things were slowing down. They're like, nobody gives a fuck about you. Not even your parents. We're like, oh, that hurts.
I know, but like, ow.
Yeah, exactly. It's the old, nobody can hurt me more than me. That guy hurt me more than me.
That guy hurt me a little bit more than I can hurt me.
Yeah. So people that didn't see the tweet, essentially, I tweeted out right as the home run derby started a picture of all the old school illegal high school bats you can't use anymore, and it was something to
The ones that if you hit a home run, you could hear it for I don't know 3 miles
yeah.
away. You could hear the ping.
There's rumors that it's deafened umpires before and catchers because it was so close, like a gunshot almost going off in your ear. But yeah, I tweeted something to the effect of, if you have one of these bats, how many home runs are you hitting in the home run derby? And then Nick, tweeted, obviously, weird, wish you'd credit because they used the same picture, yada, yada,
30
yada.
minutes later.
Yeah.
There's no chance they went to our Twitter profile and was like, that's a good tweet, Niebrace Radio. Gonna steal it.
You're going to go ahead and take that one. But the home run derby is one of the funnest things of all. I mean, this year wasn't fun because of Twitter, but it is one of the funnest things we can rally behind as a country, right?
Yeah. So that first round, as soon as Pete Alonso started just bobbing with the music, I was like, oh, okay, Pete Alonso's gonna win this.
Yeah, a man who is bobbing is a man who's going to win. Like,
yeah,
that's like
he was free and easy. Like, he was like, bro, last time we did this, I won, and
Vladdy's not in it.
Yeah, Vladdy's not in it, which was the only real competition for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, at the same time, like, Pete, I'm be one of those people. Read the room, all right.
Yeah, you should be bunting in the championship round.
Trey Mancini needed to win that.
Yeah, no, I already, our good friend Eric Ardetti, he was like, fuck Pete Alonso, or like something like that. It was just like, I hate Pete Alonso.
Essentially, fuck Pete Alonso.
Yeah, it was something along those lines. And I understand it because it's not only David versus Goliath in the sense that Pete Alonso is a monster of a man. Like, even with those guys that were out there hitting, those are all power hitters. Pete is just substantially bigger than them. His forearms are huge. His chest is huge.
Pete Alonso is a home run hitting machine. The other players that were in the home run derby, with the exception of Joey Gallo,
mm-hmm.
they're all baseball players. Like, mm-hmm. I know they're all baseball players, but like, they all are.
They can like run.
They're
and
athletes.
Like
they play a well-rounded game. Pete Alonso hits fucking home runs.
He actually does play pretty good defense for being how big he is. But I know what you're saying. He's just like his tool. Like, Juan Soto is a plus defender. Pete Alonso is not a plus defender. Pete Alonso can hit the ball a mile.
Soto has a strong arm. Juan Soto has a strong arm. Juan Soto is going to hit for average. Juan Soto is going to be what was the nickname that I heard? The
Sotomizer?
No, the Sotomizer. Childish Bambino.
Yes. Good nickname.
Childish Bambino. Great nickname. Because he's going to be your all-around player. He's going to be the leader for your team. Pete mm-hmm. Alonso is the leader for the Mets, other than Jake DeGrom.
Mm-hmm.
But Pete Alonso, he's going to hit about 280.
Yeah, 260 to 280, which is for a power hitter. That's good. But it's not 320.
40 home runs.
Yeah. The also, like, Trey Mancini going first, and then he went first, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
And then Alonso went. It, like, Trey Mancini obviously is a monster of a human being. If you're just seeing him walking down the street, he's a very strong, tall man. He looked like a child compared to Alonso. Like, his jersey even looked a little baggy. And then you add on to the fact that, like, this man just beat stage 3 colon cancer on his back in a season, and he's putting up this performance as the underdog. Pete's got to bunt that last round away,
or he's got to get one home run away, and then bunt.
Yeah.
So, like, everyone knows, like, hey, I
could have won. I would have
won. But yeah, I'm a good guy.
Trey
Mancini could use the $1 million.
Yeah. It's also funny. Pete Alonso has made, I think it was $2.03 million in his career from player earnings. He has made $2 million from winning the home run derby. So, like, when people are like, hey, it's, he's an MLB player. No, this actually means a lot to him.
Was Pete Alonso a first round pick, or was he like a later round? Oh, he's a second. Okay.
Yeah, he was a second or third round pick. He was not a first round pick. But so he had like a big signing bonus, but he's still in like arbitration. And baseball's so dumb where it has like the pre-arbitration rules.
He's going to be 31 before he gets like a full baseball salary.
Yeah, which so dumb.
It's insane. It's insane.
And it's all guaranteed. So they get, Bobby Bonilla, they get the money, or Albert Pujols, he's going to get money until he's 100.
I mean, you said it, not me.
Okay. Well, we didn't even talk about it this year, so I was able to bring it up. I was able to get through that. But it got me thinking. If you were the BP pitcher, I think there's more pressure on the BP pitcher in a home run derby than there is on the hitter.
Yeah,
The hitter's got to hit the ball pretty fucking far. Like, regardless, a home run's a long way away.
Yeah, I mean, the BP pitcher, I mean, we saw it in the fucking home run derby. Dave Joust hit Pete Alonso with a pitch.
That would have destroyed me, Nick. That would have destroyed me. I would have got the yips immediately.
Oh yeah, the moment that I hit, I could have been throwing him right down the pipe, just like Dave Joust was. That's the whole reason Dave Joust has been in the majors for over 40 years, or sorry, within baseball for 40 years. Is the fact that the man can throw some BP.
Oh, he's throwing. Those were perfect. Did you see the pitch chart of like where they landed?
No.
It was like, they have like the strike zone.
Right.
It literally was like a shoebox size inside the strike zone where every single one of his pitches landed except for the one that hit him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
or like the home runs landed, I guess. But
yeah, so like, Dave Joust throwing it right down the pipe. The moment one slips and hits him, I'm in my own head.
Oh, exactly. The moment it doesn't even have to hit him. The one, like if I just like choked one and threw it like kind of outside or bounced it, I would have been done. Game over.
Or Juan Soto's pitcher,
where he did the 50-cent pitch.
Right? Yeah, threw it just a bit outside.
Yeah, that thing was crazy.
Yeah, I mean the moment that happens, yips immediately. Yipstown, population me.
Do you think you would be able to get through a round without just completely embarrassing yourself?
Probably not.
I
don't think you could hit a single ball out with a wood bat? This is an unfair question because you played baseball.
I would have to practice. I would have to practice. Like if you gave me like a month of like going to the cages and I would have to hit it directly off the foul pole. Like wherever the shortest spot possible was. Yeah. I mean, if you gave me a month of like actually training for it, I could, but I'm playing in a wood bat softball league starting tomorrow. It's fucking hard as hell to hit a softball far with a wood bat because the barrels are tiny. You're basically hitting with a chopstick. And I don't know if it's because the softball is so heavy or what, but like it was a 300-foot fence and I hit one ball, maybe like 260 feet. That was like the furthest one I hit in practice. Like that's a big
and it came off the bat and you're like, oh, that's a fucking that's
a tater.
Yeah.
That one's gone. What are your favorite words for a home run?
Dinger, long
Dinger's
ball.
A classic.
Dinger's a classic.
So is long ball. Tater's a good one.
Tater is a good one. Yabo. I do love a yabo.
Good old yabo. What about that's a bomb?
Oh yeah, hitting bombs. That guy hits fucking bombs.
Yeah, those are all really good ones. There are some other ones that kind of suck, but I always like to mix in a tater. Yeah, the tater's got to be like a high fly one. You know what I mean? Like
right. I also like whenever we see things like the home run derby that he put on a light show.
Yes,
that's a good line.
It's another good one. Light tower power.
That's another one. Yeah.
That's like a slugfest 2003.
Right. What's the one I'm thinking of? I'm not warning track power, but he's got like I don't know, like across the street power or so. I don't know. I
mean, light tower power is usually the one you hear.
Right.
I don't know, but again, home run derbies are cool. The kids, they need to stop putting children in the outfield. These guys are hitting the ball too fucking hard, Nick.
Yeah, like when Shohei Ohtani came up there, which I mean, if you're Shohei Ohtani, you got to get out of the first round.
I mean, you have an entire country staying up all night to watch you.
And also
that's another read the room situation.
How about Juan Soto's BB pitcher also being a lefty? That was weird.
That was crazy.
That was the weirdest thing of all.
Just carving him up. I mean, just throwing little splitters at him.
Right. But so Shohei Ohtani comes up there and those first, I don't know, like 10, 12 swings that he had.
Dude,
laser doubles that these kids are just like out there playing dodgeball at that point.
I mean, I'm not going to liken it to storming the beaches of Normandy, but I think it's kind of close.
No.
Just bullets coming right at you.
Yeah, I mean, these kids
there's nowhere to
pelted. Might as well be Jackass with the paintball guns out there.
Yes, that's probably a more accurate. And again, we respect the troops on this podcast, but there's just no place to hide out there. Like, and they're all like, they're like, those kids are like gnats or like bees. They're all just kind of like right on top of each other. So if a ball is hit hard enough, you're going to push somebody or bump somebody into it. I mean, we had an injury. Granted, that kid, he was a little bit out of shape. I think
also there. I mean, there's the kids out there that are asking for it. These kids that are running around and like,
couple made nice catches though.
Yeah, but there's also the kids that are running around fucking hardos, and like there's like the congregation of kids trying to catch the ball, and then these kids that are like, all the kids are around the same age, but these kids are like a year or two older.
Well, I mean, it's the ultimate, like you're hitting puberty. Like some of them are 12 and some of them are like 17 because they hit puberty.
Yeah, some of them are 12 and some of them are 12.
Yes, exactly.
Some of them are 12 and some of them are 12.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you have the congregation of the kids that are like lining up to catch the ball. They're reading it. And this kid comes through like fucking Derek Jeter with the jump throw, coming through, just making jumping catches. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, there needs to be some type of required skill test before you send somebody out there, or like I mean, they have to sign a waiver, right? The parents.
Oh, I mean, if they don't, MLB's doing it wrong.
You know what? Another war reference, but in the movie The Patriot, when it's like one of the last scenes where they're shooting the cannonballs and it just like rolls and takes that guy's leg off. I imagine like a top spun line drive to a kid's knee would just bend their knee backwards, just break it in half.
Straight up Willis McGahee.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yes, who was the South Carolina running back? It just exploded his knee.
Marcus Lattimore.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah. Where it's just a Shohei Ohtani top spun line drive that is a double or a triple in the gap, but it hit little Susie in the kneecap because she wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, imagine missing like a week and a half of school. They're like, where's Jennifer? Home run derby. Another one?
just right to the shins. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's one of the greatest pastimes in American sports. That's way better than dunk competition, right?
So dunk competition used to be better when it was actually like, I don't know, good players in the dunk in the dunk contest. Mm-hmm. But as soon as like,
was Nate Robinson the breaking point of the dunk contest?
No, Nate Robinson was like probably the pinnacle.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say that was like my fondest memories of the dunk contest.
Yeah, but I mean, like after that, I want to say more recently when like players like, oh god,
Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, when they went back and forth, it's like Aaron Gordon kind of sucks.
Or Terrence Ross, when Terrence Ross won the dunk contest, like we were all saying, who the fuck is Terrence Ross?
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, no, 100%. Home run derby. I would say the 3-point contest is almost better than the dunk contest now.
Potentially, but I mean,
because we can all win. We can all shoot a 3-pointer. That's why.
And most people can hit a home run on a softball field.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway,
I might not be able to. But.
No, if you had a week, if you went out to the field every single day, you'd eventually figure out a stroke to hit a home run with a softball bat and an aluminum softball bat and like a 300-foot field. You'd be able to do it. Big Ben, he would probably be able to do it. He was an athlete back in the day. I'm sure you listened to part of my take when they were talking about his diet and how a reporter covered him from high school when he was a wide receiver. Big Ben being on a diet.
Big Ben to not so Big Ben.
You can't rebrand yourself at this point in your career. You were the guy who.
What if he goes to a news conference or like a press conference and they're like, "Hey, Big Ben." He's like, "Whoa, excuse me. I'd really prefer to be called Small Ben,
Lean Ben,
or I'm Skinny Ben now."
Yeah,
thank you.
Please put that in your notebooks, and I will only be referred to that for the rest of the year.
If you say Big Ben, I will have you removed.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You can't do that. You just can't. You got to go out into the sunset. If anything, he should have been his fattest this year. He should have had the roundest fat face this year in his helmet.
Absolutely. Like R.I.P. He should have showed up like fucking Jared Lorenzen.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to. When he was like on the River Monsters at the end of it, when he was playing in that Kentucky Arena League.
Yeah,
he needs to be looking like our boy Big Ev with a helmet on. His face kind of looks like a peach. or
Yeah,
a
dude,
pear. I mean,
I fear for Big F sometimes because I see him on lowering the bar sometimes, and his cheeks are just so plump.
Well,
He's adorable.
yes, he is. He has got the most. And I said this to Kaylee about my nephew. Am I going to be the pincher cheeks? Because I pinch my dog's cheeks all the time. I go, oh, you're so cute. But I don't think you can do that to a baby anymore. I think that gets you landed in jail.
Oh no, pinching cheeks is fine.
Really? I thought you had to be at least like 60.
Maybe, but like it's your nephew. I mean, you kind of have carte blanche to pinch cheeks.
To pinch a cheek?
I mean, compared to what my uncle did to me.
Oh, that. Storming the beaches in Normandy and another inappropriate joke. This episode is hot. We're gonna have to put a not safe for work. I mean, I don't think any episode was ever safe for work.
Dude, Kyle, let's be honest. By the 5th episode, you had a description of my penis.
That's fair. That's fair. When you put it that way, yes.
Episode 2 was called Nick Wants to Fuck This Episode.
Yeah. And we're 100 past that at this point.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking that what are the best diet food? Like I'm back somewhat on a diet. I'm eating salads for lunch usually now.
Oh, hey.
Cobb salads specifically.
Mixing
I love
in
a good
water
Cobb
here
salad.
and there.
Oh, got my water right here. You can barely even see it because it's a camouflage can.
What water?
But Cobb salads with a hard-boiled egg, nothing better than that.
It's pretty good.
I had a girl in my 2nd grade class. You know, like, did you guys have snack time in elementary school?
Yeah, for sure.
We're at like 10. It was usually like 10 o'clock and then like 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock. You'd kind of have like a 15-minute break where you eat snack. This girl would bring hard-boiled eggs in the fucking shell to class.
I mean, there's something cathartic about peeling an egg. There just is.
There is, but like if you're gonna eat a hard-boiled egg, you got to put a little bit of salt and pepper on it,
right?
Or hot sauce.
Or if this girl's gonna bring in hard-boiled eggs in the shell, there better be some paint on them. I better think they're an Easter egg.
No, these were just normal eggs. Also, I was convinced they smelled. Do hard-boiled eggs smell in a shell?
Kind of.
I thought so. I remember one time where I bought like 24 hard-boiled eggs already peeled, and I was like, this is the epitome of wealth. Like, I don't have to peel my own shells.
So you bought them like that tub that they're sitting in like a liquid, like water.
Yep, yeah, they look like pickled eggs almost. They were horrible, Nick. I used to eat them on the way to work, and I would put them down on like a paper towel, like double paper towel them, just like sprinkle some salt on them and eat them while I was driving. And I felt like the lineman in the movie The Replacements, the dude who would just put all of them in his mouth. That's what I felt like as I was driving.
Wrestler.
Yeah,
like,
who puked on the field.
He's literally just doing the fucking chipmunk thing where he's just like stuffing him.
Chubby bunny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The chubby bunny thing.
Yes. But I'm back on my health kick a little bit, back on my bullshit. What are like the best healthy foods or foods that you're like, oh, this is healthy, but it may not really be, like trail mix with the M&Ms in it?
I mean, that's a classic. I'm a big hummus guy. I love hummus. But like, there's the thing, like, you know, anything's healthy until you eat
in moderation.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, you know, hummus probably is healthy until I eat like the whole tub by myself.
Yep. No, yeah, it's the same thing with me with watermelon, where I'm like, a fresh watermelon, nothing better. And then you eat like a pound of it, and you're like, I think there's probably a lot of sugar in that, huh? It's like, yeah, probably so.
Dude, I don't know. All right, so we have to talk about something. I told you about when I puked at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to figure out what fruit it is that I'm allergic to.
You did it again?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
But
now you're just afraid.
But yeah, now I just don't touch fruits, and I think that's an issue for my diet. Like as a human, like that I just don't.
You're gonna get like scabby or scurvy, whatever
right,
was the pirate's god.
I'm gonna get a fucking peg leg and an eye patch. I'm gonna get fucking scurvy.
Would you rather have scurvy or would you rather get the King's disease, gout?
I think I want scurvy.
Yeah, I was gonna say anybody that's ever had gout, it sounds like it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, I don't know. I feel like gout is sort of played out at this point. Is gout overplayed in 2021?
I think so. It's overstayed its welcome. We need to bring scurvy back.
Yeah,
where you're just like
scurvy,
your teeth are falling out of your head.
Yeah. Let me get dental implants and have perfect teeth.
What you need to do is just like trial by fire. You need to do like a blind taste test of just like every fruit known to man, or every fruit. You know what you need? Actually, this is what you do. You go to like a tropical smoothie and you're like, I would like one of every fruit, please. And they're like, in a smoothie, and you're like, no, just in the cup.
Raw.
Just like, yeah, just a slice of apple, a tangerine slice, and you're gonna just sit there and figure out you're gonna eat like one an hour. And like when you get some rumblies in your tumbly, you're like, it was a pear. Like,
Right.
that's what it was.
I don't know what it is. I don't, because here's the thing is like, so like it happens to me. And then I do just what I'm doing now, where I'm like, all right, I'm staying away from fruit for a while. And then, enough time goes by and I'm like, that was a one-off. Couldn't happen
that was a
again.
dirty blender. Of course, that had to have been a dirty blender.
Right. And so then I go back to the fruit. And you know what? I have a few good experiences where I snack on some pineapple, have some watermelon, and then sure enough, out of nowhere, fucking Randy Orton climbing out from underneath the fucking wrestling apron. Fucking, I could get fucking RKO'd into the toilet where I'm throwing up and shitting everywhere.
So the thing is, like, you basically do what I do with the Chick-fil-A spicy sandwich, where I have like when I eat the Chick-fil-A spicy sandwich, I get like the hot shits, I call them, where your ass is on fire and you always think there's more in there and you're like, I just got to keep sitting here. And you sit there for like 20 minutes. You're like, nope, don't have to go anymore. And the second you stand up, you have to go again. But I do the same thing where I'm like, that was like 6 months ago. There's no way it happens again. Every time.
I don't know what it is. Like, when I used to, back in my healthier days, I used to, go for a run, have a nice lift. And then I was like, you know what? Let's round this out with a nice smoothie. And here's the thing, I would have, I don't know, spinach and apple and all the things you need for a good smoothie, some blueberries in there. And I drink it, and sure enough, 20 minutes later, I'm throwing up my fucking guts out.
So are you putting any protein in it?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, if you're putting protein powder in it, that's probably the culprit. There's like some protein that I'm like just allergic to, and it gets like stuck like right here. I get like air bubbles like in my esophagus, and I just think I'm dying for like an hour and a half, and it's very uncomfortable, and there's nothing I can do about it. And it's from like some synthetic protein. It happens every now and then when I used to buy egg whites in a carton, and it also happens when I go to like these fancy protein shake places every time.
Okay, so it's not the protein then. It's not the protein, because I used to make protein shakes with just peanut butter, protein powder, and
milk.
And whole milk.
Oh yeah, buddy. You were making it. I used to do that with chocolate milk. And I was like, oh, I'm basically just making a Reese's cup. Like, that's what I'm doing. I need to find a picture of when I was in college. I did get like substantially stronger after my first semester. I also gained the freshman 15, and I came back looking like a bloated fucking water buffalo. And I was like, I look good. I was like, I look good. I had no definition whatsoever to me, but
I was huge.
But I was putting up bigger numbers on like bench and squat and everything. And I was like, cardio, schmardio, I'm getting fucking yoked. And I just looked like a blob.
I'm going to be a first baseman at this fucking rate.
But the world's shortest first baseman. But I used to do that. I used to go to the cafeteria after we'd work out. They had a chocolate milk, just a fountain of chocolate milk. And I would steal a cafeteria cup. Me and Dietz probably had 30 staff cafeteria cups in our dorm. If Reslice ever came in, we would have got kicked out of school for theft. And we used to just dump it in peanut butter and vanilla protein. Make a Reese's cup shake. We'd eat like 2 of those a day.
Yeah. And you think you're like, I am the epitome of health.
Oh, I'm like, well, we also... This is also bad. They used to have a cookie station, and we would either make an ice cream sandwich with the cookies, or we would just grab like 4 cookies. They were like Otis Spunkemeyer soft cookies, like this big, and just wrap them up and eat cookies with our protein shakes. And we're like, it's a healthy protein shake and a cookie. It's not gonna kill me. Like, our fucking arteries were just
I did a workout. I had my protein shake. Now I need a treat.
Yeah, we're rewatching The Sopranos, and I'm Tony. There's one of the early episodes, he's on the elliptical, just dripping in sweat, comes up, sees Anthony, little AJ, and he's like playing Mario Kart, and he gives like his son like a father-son talk while he's scooping ice cream, wearing the t-shirt that he was just working out in that sweat through.
Yep.
So he busts his balls, then just goes and eats ice cream, and that's what I do. I'm like, I did good all day today. I can go for a McFlurry every time. Never fails.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I worked hard today. I deserve a treat.
That's it. I deserve this. That's what it is. I deserve this, Nick. I could never be a wrestler that needs to make weight or a UFC fighter. I just couldn't do it. I wrestled in middle school. I wrestled like 124 to 134 was my weight class. So I like never actually had to make weight, but that means I was really short and fat and I wrestled all the tall, strong kids.
Yeah, all the tall, skinny kids.
It's again the 13-year-olds versus the 13-year-olds. That's who I was wrestling. That's who I was wrestling. Big UFC fights this weekend. Conor McGregor, he's done, right? Forever.
Yeah, I mean,
this was a bad, like a tough loss for everyone to be like, he's officially done because he broke his leg, but he also really wasn't winning the fight. But it's like, maybe he had a chance in the second. I don't know.
well, I feel like Conor McGregor has been so electric for so long, you know, depending whether it was like the Jose Aldo fight or
Nate Diaz's fights,
Nate Diaz fights, or even Donald Cerrone. I mean, I'm sure he was fucking
tomato
old,
soup can, yeah,
right? But you know, these fights against, or the Eddie Alvarez fight, where he just outclasses them and he's electric and he has that one punch, that one punch could end the fight sort of power, and everyone's gonna think that he still has that. But I don't see it anymore. Like I think Khabib Nurmagomedov sort of like just stole his mojo.
Yeah, it's Austin Powers. He's got his mojo somewhere in a little mason jar in the deep woods of Russia or wherever the hell.
And he's taking a sip of it like Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he looks at, you know, his buddy sitting next to him. He's like, "Your wife sent me DMs."
Yeah. He's just slowly getting rid of his Russian accent and getting an Irish accent. No, yeah, I mean he's done. I mean Poirier is just he's younger, he's better. I don't know why we're gonna get Conor just immediately gets the title fight every single time. Like he didn't fight for years, came back immediately, fought for the title, and he's lost twice to Poirier and just keeps getting title shots.
Well, I don't even think Poirier has the title.
He doesn't?
No.
Who does?
No fucking clue.
Khabib,
does anyone care?
No, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Probably the best point you've made this entire podcast. We'll just watch people beat their heads in, but I don't know who has the belt because Khabib's retired. He would have had to give it up by now, right?
Yeah, Khabib's retired. And I mean, nobody was.
Justin Gaethje sure as hell doesn't have it. Like, who else fights that weight class? It's notable.
Nobody really. I don't think anyone cares. But like, no offense to the 155-pound division, but it's just like I don't like the public as a whole. I'm sure there's.
If you polled 100 people, 90% of them would say Conor's the champion.
That, or they'd be like, Khabib Nurmagomedov, or. Yeah. You know, maybe it's fucking vacant right now. Or like they would say Nate Diaz or Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
Like
Nick Diaz is making a comeback. When was the last time he fought? Like 2012?
I think he fought Anderson Silva last. I don't know. And that was like 2014.
Yeah, it's been forever. That has got to be the ultimate like Sunday scaries after signing up to fight and you haven't fought in years. And you're like, you go through that first workout and you're like, I have to do 6 more months of this. Like I would just be like, I'm too hurt. Like can't do it. Sorry. But you can't, like a fighter can't be like, I'm too hurt. Like Conor was literally trying to fight he looked like Gumby, Nick. Like that's what his leg looked like when he stepped backwards. Like just bending the wrong direction. And I wouldn't have been in the ring. You could hit me in the shin with a razor scooter and I would act like it was broken half like that.
So tell me if you've heard of this person. At the 155-pound champion, Charles Oliveira.
No, sounds like a guy who owns a pizzeria in New York. Charles Oliveira is the 155-pound champion?
Yes. And then Kamaru Usman, we've heard of him.
Yes.
Kamaru Usman, Nigerian welterweight champion. Israel Adesanya, heard of him.
Yep.
Middleweight champion. I'm not gonna try to say his name. Jan Blachowicz.
Is that heavyweight? Light heavyweight?
Light heavyweight.
Yeah.
And then Francis Ngannou, scariest man alive, heavyweight champion.
Yeah. So yeah, there's your UFC. It's not good for UFC when 2/5 of your belt holders are no names or not household names, I should say.
Right, because here's the thing: is
Like Sean O'Malley is 10 times the household name than basically anybody.
why hasn't he fought for the title yet?
I don't know.
Seriously,
Electric.
answer that question. Like he beats the shit out of everyone. He is absolutely electric. I think his only loss was by a no contest or something, or when he hurt his foot or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think he broke his foot.
I can't remember. I think that's his only loss.
Also, when you think Sean O'Malley, you think of a guy like Conor McGregor. The complete opposite.
Yeah, no.
Face tattoos with rainbow
Sean
hair.
O'Malley, it's like if you mixed Conor McGregor with Post Malone.
Yeah, that's a very, very good, accurate description. That's a very accurate description, actually. Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, that's, but like, exactly, like, why is a guy like him not fighting? And granted, like, he was on the fight card, don't get me wrong, and he put up a good fight, and obviously he won. It was a TKO, which was, it was a bit of a weird TKO, if you ask me.
I mean, the guy he was fighting was fucking like was one, the toughest guy alive, and two, was getting his absolute shit pushed in.
Yeah, how many punches could you take in a UFC fight? Not to the head before you quit.
Oh,
like
probably one.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like if somebody hit me with a good dead arm, I'd probably quit.
The moment I got hit in my solar plexus with like a front kick, when I'm maybe I go into it and I'm like confident, and I'm like, hey, let's do this, and I start to close the distance, and I get hit with a front kick directly to the solar plexus, and I can't breathe. I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here anymore.
What was Big Show's move? The big boot.
Yeah,
where
big boot.
Someone just gives you a big boot and it just hits you right in the chest, and you're like, I have a dent now. Like I can eat a bowl of cereal out of my chest.
My chest is now concave.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that's fair. I think my move would have to be to bull rush him and hopefully not get Ben Askren. Like that would be my.
But here's the thing: you bull rush him, you are getting Ben Askren.
Yeah, I would probably have to dive in like head first, using my head as a spear, like a early 2000s, late 90s safety trying to kill a wide receiver. That's what it would look like.
Like fucking Brian Dawkins. Like it's like fucking poor Brandon Lloyd or something. I don't know.
Look, I would try to make the opponent look like Austin Collie. Do you know Austin Collie retired in like 2015? He was playing in Canada.
Did not know that.
That was a dude who was playing for the love of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I know he's like a firefighter now.
Yeah, he's a firefighter now, and his brains have to be like mashed potatoes. No offense to him, but like.
Yeah, like he has to like carry around Post-it notes all the time, right?
Yeah, well, what's the movie Memento, where he's just got like a million tattoos?
Potentially.
I mean,
I don't know. I think he went to BYU, didn't he?
That's a good question. He seems like a Mormon. He seems like a guy like that, or like Fresno State. He seems like a whack guy, like a guy you're seeing play late at night. Watch him go to like Ohio State or Penn State, and it's just we're completely wrong.
He went to BYU. Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go. Mike Smith, BYU.
So he doesn't even drink coffee then.
Doesn't drink coffee, doesn't get tattoos.
What the name, image, likeness for BYU, it's got to be brutal. Like BYU's got to be bad. I would imagine like Utah is probably pretty bad. Isn't Utah and Utah State pretty heavily Mormon?
I don't really know, honestly.
I couldn't tell you. I only know it because Zach Wilson got drafted. Was it Provo?
Provo. Yeah.
Pueblo.
Quavo, Utah.
There you go. I saw people selling. It's like a Jets fan account that I follow on Twitter. My hair is going crazy right now because my hat's getting itchy. They're selling tickets for a BYU football game to then go fly to the Jets home opener. I think it's like that seems like a ridiculously bad idea. Like to be in Utah for a Saturday night game and then to have to fly to New York and watch a Jets game. That seems awful.
Hard pass.
Yeah. Never in a million years. Never in a million years. I'm still procrastinating on getting my Jets Panthers tickets. I know the price is going to keep going up. I just don't feel like going on StubHub to get them. I'm just being lazy, let alone going halfway across the country to then fly to the other side of the country just to watch Zach Wilson.
This reminds me. Are you coming to Iowa or what?
Yeah, no.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
I gave it like a solid 8 minutes of hard thought, and I was like, that's a long drive
You're
for
like,
a short
that's
weekend.
not gonna happen.
When is it again?
The game is
The 30th, 31st.
July 31st.
Yeah, I'll be there in spirit.
Awesome. Love to hear it.
Nick will be wearing a Knee Brace Radio hat.
Hopefully.
Well, I think we're having to expedite.
Hopefully.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of dire that we get this hat in, but I'm working on it.
I have a question, Nick.
Okay.
Why didn't you just get like a patch, like a Knee Brace Radio patch?
Kyle, I don't need your negative thoughts right now.
I mean,
hey.
When I saw the email, it said like what you're embroidering is asking for like 37,000 stitches, which is 9 times the normal amount. I was like, oh, this is not going well.
Hey, Kyle. Didn't ask, pal.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. But probably means we should have been making merch a long time ago, so we would be ready for this situation if it ever presented itself. But no, I will not be in Iowa. I will be watching the stream though, so I will be there in spirit. Maybe who's going to be there? Is it just starting 9 guys?
No idea.
Well, there's your chance to get on the dozen, Nick. You just got to figure out if they're recording the dozen at any point and be just standing in the background and then just start yelling out answers. Like that guy at the draft. Remember that one year at the NBA draft where Woj just kept tweeting everything slightly before the pick came out and they'd go to announce the pick. They were like, Brandon Ingram. That's what you should do. Just stand in the background and just scream the answers.
I mean, I mean, we're both on record. If we were on the dozen, we'd mop. We'd mop the floor.
I think we would be very good. I think we have just such a wide range of useless knowledge. We'd be good. The Dozen season 2 is back out. Did you watch the episode yesterday?
Yes, I did.
All-time classic.
A really good episode.
I mean, they talk about in theater coming out of the gates hot for a new season. That was it. You could, when they say Hollywood couldn't have written a script like this, and it's well, Hollywood has Planet of the Apes. Hollywood couldn't have written the Dozen season 2. Frank and the Frankettes versus the Big Screaming Honkers going to triple OT. Come on.
Yeah, and anyone out there that's listening to this and you don't know what the Dozen is, if you enjoy comedy and you enjoy trivia, check it out.
And it's the best trivia because it's stuff you know. It's not like Jeopardy where it's ridiculously hard trivia. This is stuff you at least can get 2 answers a show. Yeah,
and oh my god, dude, I can't tell you the Dimitri Young question.
I knew it was an outfielder. I couldn't remember.
Killing me. I thought it was Sean Casey.
I knew it was an outfielder just because he played in the NL East at the end of his career. I just couldn't remember who it was. But if we were on the Dozen season 2, who would you want our third teammate to be? And let's make it. It's got to be a guest who was on our show.
Okay, Buzzy Cohen.
Take him out.
I mean, hey, you opened the door, and I was like,
I mean, that's
easy answer.
Yes.
I mean, Jeff Nadeau is
been there and done it.
Jeff Nadeau is a favorite. Also, RDT. Eric,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great pick for that.
Yeah. He's been a question on the Dozen too before.
Has he? Oh yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
Lofa would be a good one. Sports knowledge, football knowledge for sure. Niche topic.
Yeah.
Obviously
niche topic USC football.
Yeah. Or where did he play? University of Maine.
Yeah.
University of Maine football. What about Zach Kreger? For
Zach Kreger, he might be good.
He seems like a guy that knows a lot about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I also feel like he might pull a Nick Turiani or a KB No Swag and just kind of troll us the whole game.
Yeah, that would be true. That would definitely happen. I think, where do you think we would realistically finish in the rankings? I would say middle of the pack.
Oh, at least in the middle, if not upper third.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Somewhere between the 30th and 40th percent. Somewhere in that general area.
Yeah.
Last topic here I want to touch on before we wrap this episode up. Brazil's prime minister. I don't know
President.
what they have. President.
Joel can correct us here on the video.
Yeah. Was hospitalized for having the hiccups for 10 fucking days. Add this to the list of things that I'm now terrified of. Like when I first learned about aneurysms, was afraid of that for like 2 years. Still kind of am. Now that I'm going to be afraid of the hiccups. 10 days of having the hiccups, Nick. How is that fucking possible?
So here, this is one of the alpha things about me, Kyle. I just don't get the hiccups.
What do you mean you don't get the hiccups?
If I get the hiccups, they last for maybe a minute and a half.
Buddy, you don't want to be around me when I get the hiccups. They last quite a while. They last. What do you get the hiccups from? Is it like I get them if I eat too quickly, and it gets like stuck? If I get too drunk, I will get them. But that's pretty much it. Like I had a teacher that couldn't eat soft pretzels. It's a great food to not be able to eat because she would get the hiccups from them. Like a good old Bulgarian pretzel. Is that what they're called?
I have no fucking clue.
It's 9:23 at night. Now I really want a soft pretzel. No place to get those. All right, I can go to Sonic.
You could, but I mean, if I eat something super spicy, like whenever we were on the live stream with the Untapped Keg guys.
Oh, okay.
Whenever we were on the live stream, and I ate a Carolina Reaper, I ate it immediate hiccups, but they were gone in a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Yeah, no. Mine last quite a while, usually come back in the same day. I was going to ask what your tricks and tips are to fix them, but guess you don't need it, Hardo.
My tips and tricks, genetics.
Okay. Well, when your daughter has them, you're going to need some tips. When I was little, I don't know how this worked, but it did work. And it was something that my dad's dad learned in the Navy. You get somebody else to hold your fingers, preferably a family member. Otherwise, this is really gross. But like plug your ears with your tips of your fingers, almost like you're sticking your fingers in your ear, and drink as much water as humanly possible. You could also pinch your nose, drink as much water as humanly possible. And then you do like the triangle thing with your hand where you hold your breath as long as you can and stare through the center of it. I had been told that works, but I've tried everything. I've tried to eat honey. I've tried to do everything.
I saw this TikTok compilation where this girl was talking about a way to like reset your diaphragm, because that's what it is. It's
your
like,
diaphragm spasming.
Right. But cannot remember what she said, because I was like, oh, that's information I don't need because I don't get hiccups.
Well, you should have put that in the back of your brain for
when your child needs it. One.
Yeah. That's one exactly. You show to somebody else and be like, take a mental note. But yeah, so 10 days hospital, add to the list of things I'm scared of, to go with flying, aneurysms,
just about everything.
Heights. My fear of heights is back. Took a picture on the high roller, like I said, having a panic attack the whole time. But anyway, Nick,
your face was smiling and your eyes were saying help.
My legs were like jello. I could barely stand. But yeah. So anyway, this has been fun. We'll do it again next week. Again, 1 episode per week for the next, I don't know, month or so. We'll figure it out.
Probably about a month or so.
Until then, you guys can go on all social media and you can see us. You can see our beautiful faces. You can see our tweets that's getting roasted. You can find us at social media, Knee Brace Radio. Easy enough to find. Nick, where can the people find you?
They could find me on Twitter at FumlinBumlin, or they could catch me on Instagram at KneeBraceNick.
You can find me Kyle_Craig4 on Instagram, Kyle_Craig36 on Twitter. Somebody else just liked the tweet about us. Actually, they just tweeted us not too long ago.
Nice.
It said, LOL, I'm dumb. I thought for some reason this was the Tyrone account that posted this. So we're just getting lumped into meme accounts now. Anyway, find us online. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, tell your mother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin, tell everybody. Because, again, I don't know even what our reviews are at. We could have been at 4D reviews a long time ago to drop merch, but I don't know where we're at because I don't have the podcast app on my phone. So we have to get to a specific number. Maybe we're there, maybe we're not. Just keep liking, keep subscribing, keep 5-starring. Keep on rolling, baby.
Keep on rolling, baby.
I move in, I move out, hands up, no hands down. A lot of Kid Rock episodes and Limp Bizkit's references. Anyway, talk to you later.
See it.
Peace. Move in, I move out, hands up, no hands